Today is another big Christmas decorating day, and I am excited to have you along with me. Today, we are going to be styling the cabinets and shelves. I'll be creating a beautiful tablescape with my grandmother's dishes. And then lastly, we are going to set up the kids' tree and have a little fun with that. Because I typically decorate the entire month of November, when Thanksgiving hits, I am pretty exhausted. But that's when I usually take a step back and just take it all in. I remember that it's really not about having the perfect house, but it is about making the best memories. Decorating is honestly my favorite way to express myself, and I want this all for my kids and family. I want them to walk in and instantly feel the excitement and magic of the season. So, if you're a mom, a caregiver, whoever out there who is working so hard to make your home special and warm for your family, then I see you, I appreciate you, and I'm excited to decorate with you. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Michelle. I am a mom of three. And as I mentioned before, this whole month we are decorating for Christmas. And if you're not subscribed, then I would love for you to join this community. Have you ever had one of those days where everything seems to go wrong all at once? That is literally what happened to me last year. I was coming home, I had a full hand of groceries and a bunch of Christmas decorations, and my lock battery died, so I couldn't even get in my house. So this year I had to change. And that's why this year I upgraded to the TCL D2 Pro Smart Lock. And you guys, this thing is next level. Most smart locks either use fingerprints or passcodes, but palm vein technology is on a whole different level. All I do is raise my hand near the sensor, so no touching, no swiping, and it unlocks in 0.3 seconds with a 99.99% accuracy. And here's why it works so well. It uses near infrared light to read the vein patterns inside your hand, not your print. That vein pattern is internal, impossible to see, and impossible to copy. And it only works with real blood flow. So photos, replicas, or fake hands cannot trick it. And it works even if your hands are wet, dirty, or have tiny cuts. It's honestly one of the most secure things that you can have. And another thing I love is that your palm data stays on the lock itself. It's never uploaded to a cloud, so there is a zero chance of data breach or your information being accessed. The palm vein is my go-to way of getting in my house, but there's also multiple ways that you can get in. You can use passcodes, which are 6 to 8 digit codes, and you can store up to 50 codes. You can use the mobile app to unlock or lock your door. You can use these NFC cards, which are perfect for family members. And you can also just use a physical key, which is a reliable backup option. Also, adding a palm vein profile is super easy. All you have to do is open the app, select add palm vein, hold your hand above the sensor a few times, and done. It takes like less than 10 seconds. Also, this feature stores up to 50 palm vein profiles, so your entire family is covered. I can give each of my kids their own pen, and they have their own palm profile to get in the house. But I can also give other family members their own code if needed. And if a babysitter or a dog sitter needs to come in the house, I can even grant temporary codes that they can use for that one time. And because everyone has their own code, I can easily see whose code was used so that I know who is coming inside. I also love that it runs on long-lasting batteries up to 8 months. And the app also lets you check the battery level, lock or unlock the door, create temporary pens, view activity, and also set schedule. So it is super simple to do. So with kids, groceries, decorating, and a million things on my mind, not having to get my key out or having to type in a code is amazing. The sleek, modern design totally elevated our entryway and our front door. So you can grab the TCL D2 Pro Palm Vein Smart Lock right now using the link in my description box down below. And you can also use my exclusive 20% off discount code. If you want more security and more simplicity, then this is the upgrade that your home needs. The first area we are going to start is this beautiful black cabinet and shelves that are right off of the kitchen, living room, dining room area. This is our second year in this house for Christmas. And in our old house, we had been there for 9 years. We never had shelves. Like, I don't know, I just never had cabinets with shelves. I had console tables. So last year, I was kind of struggling with how to decorate shelves because I had never really done it before and never needed to. So last year's been a lot of time trying to figure out the right way to put things, where to put things, how to like create triangles. Like there's a whole decorating method to styling shelves. And this year, I just said I'm going to take everything out, all of these little loose pieces. I bought a lot last year from Home Goods because, like I said, I didn't have a lot of just extra knick-knacky things to put on shelves. So this year I'm going to reuse everything. In fact, I didn't buy a single new piece of Christmas item. I didn't even go shopping. The only thing I got this year was a little bit of extra ribbon for my tree and then some more icicle lights and a few things for my tree. But other than that, I told myself I was going on a Christmas budget and I am reusing everything because one, I do have a ton of stuff. I have stuff in every color just because over the years I changed my style a lot because I do film the content for it. So this year we're going more budget friendly and reusing everything I had. But when I style shelves seasonally, the first thing I want to think of is how can I style where it creates a story. And what I mean by that is if I have a reindeer, I like to think, where do reindeer like to hang out? What do they like to do? And they're like in the grass, in the forest, in the snow. So the way that I like to think of it is, okay, if I have a reindeer here, how can I make him in the forest where it creates some sort of scenery? So then I'm going to grab everything I have to kind of create that scene. And then also, for example, the bottom, I have this beautiful photo of Santa. So I'm putting Santa's boots right next to Santa because they kind of go together. So I kind of start off thinking that way, opposed to thinking of this traditional decorating way where, make sure you have these heights and these whatever. I try to do that too, but I'm just like, if I can tell a story through the decor, then that's what I want to do. Also, I got these lanterns from a Christmas market a couple of years ago. They're really pretty and really cool. So I am going to go ahead and just put those in, and then I can move them around if needed. I also have a train one. So the train I'm going to put probably on the bottom shelf, and then I have a picture frame train and I think a few other things. So I'm going to mesh those together and create a little train station in the bottom corner. Lastly, I'm going to just start picking things in and moving them around, playing with different heights of things, and then we will see how it all turns out. If y'all have any special decorating items that y'all like to work with, like creating Christmas villages or creating gingerbread house villages or creating a bunch of a train display, like leave me a comment and let me know what you do.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. and some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah, Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, these picture frames I ordered last year on Etsy, and basically there are a bunch of different prints that you could choose from, and then you can also decide what size you want and the frame. So you could get, so for example, the Santa picture that's actually in my shelf, I got as a smaller picture, and then I got in a black frame, and then this is one of my larger Santas I got in the pine frame. And if you watched my last Christmas decorating video where I decorated the kitchen shelves, the glass shelves, I have a reindeer frame, and that's also, they're all from this one same Etsy seller. But I got a little excited last year and purchased more than a few. But I'll link those down below and you can check them out if you want. But what I'm going to do here is swap out our family photos with the Christmas themed photos. Now, I know from this angle, it looks like the photos are really, really close to the shelves or the cabinet. And that is by design because when the pantry door opens, it starts hitting and knocking and breaking the light and breaking the photos. So we have it closer so that one, the pantry door, when it's all the way open, it doesn't break or damage the photo that's on there and the light. And then on the other side, we have light switches. So it's kind of like we had to do it a little bit closer together. I know I had one decorating video and somebody was like, it looks horrible, blah, blah, blah. But there's a reason behind why it's that way. But anyway, next we are going to decorate the table. I'm going to create a beautiful tablescape made with reindeer. I wanted to do a reindeer theme and also use my grandmother's Christmas dishes. Usually before I decorate an area, I always find an inspo pic, whether it's from a magazine, whether it is from Pinterest or just from Google or whatever, there's always an inspo pic, but I couldn't find an inspo pic for a reindeer theme that I wanted to do. Now, I bought this long wooden tray a couple of years ago, and I use it for everything because we eat at this table 24/7. We do homework at this table. We do so much. This is our kitchen / dining room table that I need it to also be functional. Not only pretty, but functional. And when we are talking across the table, I don't want these tall centerpieces where you can't see each other. And I also needed to be able to move the centerpiece, if that makes sense. So that's why it's on the tray. But next, I'm going to pull out my bag of, what is that called? Garland picks, green picks, garland. And I am going to kind of see what I have and then try and create something magical with this.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else.
These two gold reindeer are really pretty. They're from Hobby Lobby, and all of the green picks are from Amazon. So like I mentioned, I have everything on that tray. That way I can slide it down if I need to. If Rye, my 3-year-old's sticky little fingers, likes to reach over and touch stuff, I could easily just slide it down and then move it back when we're all done eating. But if I had a specific formal dining area where a table that we didn't typically eat at every single day, I would have probably just extended this whole centerpiece out from one side to the next with a beautiful like table runner, maybe burlap or something a little bit more wooded, and then added a lot more candles and reindeer in there. But this is perfect, and because my colors again this year are burgundy, gold, green, then I'm going to add a touch of burgundy ribbon to the reindeer's necks. That way it ties into the trees in the background. It's also going to tie into the theme of our big Christmas tree and our mantle and everything throughout the house. Now, if you're not on the bow game yet, like bows are very trending right now, but they're also just such an easy and simple way to add just that extra element to the decor that you already have around the house and then just tie everything together. I'm super into the velvety ribbon. So this is velvet ribbon. I ordered it off of Amazon. This one is the 1-inch ribbon. And then I do have other bows that I make with the 1/2-inch ribbon. So I am kind of playing around with trying to add more burgundy. I have some ornaments I can add throughout here. I put them in, I take them out, and I kind of try a few different things until I find something I like. Now, the final thing always to any tablescape or table decor, or at least that I like to do, is add in little fairy lights or little twinkling lights. I mean, it just adds that extra beauty to your home and your centerpiece, especially at night when everything else is lit up like your Christmas tree. Your tablescape doesn't feel left out. You turn the lights on and it helps it look beautiful. You'll see it at the end when I show everything, what it looks like at night. And these are actually from Hobby Lobby, but you can buy fairy lights or twinkle lights basically anywhere.
It's white outside, and the night is cold. Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. You can feel it in the air, that every child got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas all around. Oh, snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside,
So these pine cones, I shared in my last video, they are scented. I bought them at Michael's one year. I wanted to use them as a centerpiece, but I wanted them to smell good. Obviously, you can go outside and get your own pine cones, but I actually spray painted them with like a light frost and a light glitter. So it's very subtle, so it's hard to see, but if you wanted to add that extra glitter or whatever, then that is an idea as well. But I took out all of the ornaments and I just replaced them with the pine cones. I felt like it had a more foresty feel. But next I am going to pull out these are all of my grandmother's dishes. We used to go up to Ohio, the area where she's from, almost every year and celebrate Christmas. And there was always a big feast. So my grandparents or my grandmother was American, Italian, and I mean, we just had course after course after course. Christmas Eve was a big thing. We celebrate what's called the Feast of the Seven Fish. So we cook 7 different types of fish. And when we stopped going up there after her passing, we started carrying the tradition down here. So for a long time, Chris and I would do a big Christmas Eve, and his family didn't do anything big on Christmas Eve, so it kind of became our tradition. And we would cook crab legs and all different types of fish, all different types of shrimp, any type of seafood, and do a big seafood celebration on Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas Day, my grandmother would always make Italian food, so a lasagna or a roast or something, and it would be like several different courses. And I remember when we would come home from Christmas, we would like have gained 10 pounds because there's just so much food. But do you guys do any special food traditions, any special something, or do you cook something special or non-traditional for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? Let me know in the comments what you do. But I ordered these napkin rings. I know I said I didn't really order anything new. I ordered very, very minimal things. So I did order these napkin rings this year because I'm having like a reindeer themed table. Then I only thought it was necessary to have reindeer napkin rings.
Snow is falling, or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me, doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit.
All right, so this is how we set it up for now. I will swing back around to the table when it's nighttime so that you can get a night view as well. So lastly for the video, we are going to set up the kids' playroom tree. I have 2 of the viral trees. So this is the Home Depot Grand Duchess Home Decorators tree. Okay, say that real fast 3 times. But anyway, it's from Home Depot, and a lot of times it sells out early. So last year, I was able to snag 2 of the trees, one in a 7.5 foot and one in a 12 foot. So the reason why I decided to grab these is because if you watched my decorating from previous years, I loved my flocked 12-foot tree, but I would spend a lot of time adding extra lights to it. And then I spent a lot of time fluffing it out. So what really sold me on that was the minimal fluff and there's like tons and tons of twinkly lights on here. But then this one also has different colored features. So it comes in different, you can change it different colors. I think there's 7 settings, or maybe there's 11. I don't know. There's a bunch of different settings on here. And I definitely wanted colored lights for the kids. So I went in on getting the viral trees. I try not to like follow a lot of trends, but sometimes if it's like too good to be true, then I'm sold on it. So I bought 2 trees last year. Luckily, they both work. That's a big deal for me. And my review on the tree is that it's gorgeous. But the only thing is that the lights don't go in deep, where when I would hang my own lights on the tree, I would like put the lights on the inside. So when you're looking at it, it gives it a lot of depth. Where these, there is some lights on the inside, but they're more on the outside. So it kind of gives it a different feature. But I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And you can't beat not having to fluff your tree out and have all of the twinkling lighting effects. Now, there is a different Home Decorators brand tree that is also viral. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of viral trees now because this is, as long as it has these features, I feel like it's pretty good. But there's another one, and it's called the Elegant. And now there was a big debate last year on if you should get the Elegant or the Grand Duchess. Now, the Elegant, though, is really pretty, but it doesn't have the colored lights. It doesn't come in a 12-foot tree. And those are the things I needed for my home. So that's why I didn't go with that one. But that one's gorgeous too. So, I mean, I've had friends ask me, this is why I'm explaining everything in detail. They're like, I'm looking at this tree. Do you know about this tree? I'm like, I don't know about every single tree. I just know about these. But typically, um, I would first ask yourself, what are the features that you want on a tree? And whatever tree you're looking at, make sure it just has those features. And then look at your price point, and then you can narrow it down from there. Now, do I recommend this tree? Absolutely. I mentioned this in the last video, was that the only struggle I have with this tree is that the tips of the tree are more like rubbery. I don't think they're actual rubber, but they're just softer tips. So I have found it more difficult to put my ribbon in. So I decided this year on my main tree, I'm actually not putting ribbon on that tree at all, except for bow ribbons. These are little gumdrop candies. I'm making their tree a candy themed tree, and then whatever ornaments they have. So there's no specific theme to it, there's no specific decor style. I really did want this to be their tree. Aside from all the gumdrops and candy stuff on here, then it's just ornaments that they have. Later on, they will go back and add their personal ornaments, like the ones that they make at school and stuff. But yeah, overall, it's just a tree that they can look at and be appreciative for all the things that they've created, and it's just fun. But back to the tree review, I guess you can say. It's not impossible to put ribbon in. I did it last year, so I don't want to give the impression that that you can never put ribbon in it, but it's just I found it a little bit harder than my old tree is really just what I'm comparing it to. And in my next video, make sure you have your bell notification on so you can see it. I will show the 12-foot version of this one and how I decorated it in the living room, as well as my mantle and just my living room space. Honestly, the camera doesn't do it justice. And in fact, my camera is like, I guess, freaking out trying to adjust to all the different lights. But there are a ton of different light features that you can have. And it's not, this tree's not an extravagant tree like some of my other ones. It's just a fun tree for the kids. But you can also see how bright it is. So it's even hard to see the ornaments and the decor in the tree because of literally how many lights are on the tree. So that was something I also had to get adjusted to from my last tree, but overall it's beautiful. So now I'm going to switch over to nighttime and show you what we decorated today, what it looks like at night.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria Chelsea's Day. See him in a manger laid.
Sneak peek for next video, and I'll see you all next week.